What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not hiding anything. It's closed for a reason.
Typical Imperial lies. First, you take away Talos. Now you're keeping us from seeing our honored dead? You and the Jarl will answer for any desecration of my ancestors' bodies.
That's enough, Thongvor. We're done.
You there, you another Imperial puppet? Answer me. Finally, someone with decent sense. The Empire is destroying everything Skyrim stands for. Honor, pride, mighty Dallas. Jarl Igmund can't ignore us for much longer. Not that the Silverblood family has a say. We own Sidna Mine, best prison in Skyrim, and source of half the wealth in this city. We keep the Reach safe. We flood Markarth with wealth. But does the Jarl listen to us when we want to say? No. He's busy forgetting that Ulfric Stormcloak saved this city from the Forsworn. Ulfric's a hero, not a damn criminal. He used the Thun, shouted those Forsworn from the walls. Then he led a band of Nord warriors in to take the city. Just like Talos himself at the Battle of Old Hroldan, reclaiming the Reach from those heathen natives. That's a true Nord hero. Legend. So great that the Divines themselves lifted his soul into the heavens and made him a god. He founded the Empire, and now they've turned their back on him to appease the elves. Elves. Do the elves rule Skyrim, or do the Nords? They started the Great War, nearly destroyed the Imperial city. Then the Emperor took the coward's way out and surrendered. Now, the elves dictate everything we do, and they don't want us acknowledging a mere human like Talos as the god he is. Stay out of trouble in my city.
To approach the Jarl of Markarth. Very well. You may approach the mournful throne, but watch your words. Keep your eyes open for the Forsworn when you're on the roads.
You speak to Igmund, son of Orofdir, Jarl of Markarth. Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from Dragon's Fire here. My guards told me, poor Margaret, and witnesses report that the attacker was shouting some nonsense about being a Forsworn. I want to make things clear. Markarth has its troubles, but there are no Forsworn in this city. They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control. It all started here, this rebellion. When the Empire lost the Reach during the Great War, we became desperate. We promised a group of Nord militia free worship in exchange for their help retaking the Hold. Then the elves found out about it. We were forced to arrest all of them. Ulfric Stormcloak, their leader, used the whole thing as proof that the Empire had abandoned Skyrim. The rebels called it the Markarth Incident. It was the founding day for the Stormcloaks, and where this war really started. When the Aldmeri Dominion invaded the Imperial City, the Legion all but turned a blind eye to the other provinces. Many of the disgruntled natives of the Reach used the opportunity to depose the Empire and founded what they called an independent kingdom. It was little more than a chaotic uprising, but the Reach was removed from Imperial authority for 2 years before we reclaimed it. But the leaders of the uprising refused our offers of peace. They fled into the hills and became the Forsworn. The White Gold Concordant, our treaty with the elves after the Great War, forbids free worship of Talos. But that's what we promised Ulfric and his men. It seems foolish looking back, but at the time we were hoping the elves wouldn't find out. So when they did find out, it was either we arrest Ulfric and the militia, or enter into yet another war with the Aldmeri Dominion. The choice was clear, and now Ulfric threatens the thinly veiled peace we sacrificed so much for. Are you a sellsword? I don't like your kind. No honor, no loyalty, unreliable. But I can't turn away a potential ally in these times. Let's see if you're better than a common mercenary. My scouts have tracked down one of the Forsworn leaders, hiding out in their blood-soaked camps. Deal with them. We will see. I don't know you, and I don't sell what precious property we have to outsiders. But if you're willing to work, and you prove to be reliable, I might deem you worthy to live here. My steward will handle things from there. I want no mercy for those Forsworn. Understand?
I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward. I advise Igmund the same way I advised his father. Caution, caution, caution.
As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern.
have meals to cook for the entire castle, and almost no help. Before you say anything, no, I am not from the Reach. No, I'm a Breton from High Rock, and I refuse to be mistaken for a filthy native. I don't care if we share the same ancestors. These people are savages. Half of them are forsworn barbarians. And have you seen what they eat? What have I done for the gods to take me so far from my beloved Daggerfall? Yes, the finest court in all of High Rock. You think politics here or something? Well, we Bretons invented politics. That is where I learned to cook, and where I belong. Not here with all these dogs. Take a look. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Don't mind the dogs. They get anxious when they haven't had dinner.
I have to work, or Anton will rip my head off.
I'm the Jarl's personal blacksmith, but that doesn't mean I can't sell you a few pieces for a fair price. Anything. Served in the Legion with my sister Gorza for over 10 years. We've seen every piece you can imagine. Have you met her? She runs the forge near the smelter. Just don't bother talking to her, apprentice. Boy has no talent. Depends on what you need. A light armor is good for travel, less to carry. A heavy armor weighs you down, but no true warrior goes without it. If you want some heavy armor, I might have a deal we can work out. I need a dangerous heart. Jarl wants me to cool his new sword in blood. You get me a heart, I get you some armor. Interested? Good hunting. The finest weapons and armor. Fight well.
You here to see the Jarl. No sudden moves, understand?
What are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards. Requiem Zell? The ruins underneath Markarth? The wealth of artifacts that I've based 2 human lifetimes of research on? You idiot! Do you even know who I am? The most recognized scholar on the Dwemer in all of Tamriel. And you people keep bothering me. I'm sorry, I got too excited. I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. How can I help you? Yes, their history and culture is all around us in Markarth. A race of stonecutters, artisans, and engineers. They invented machines and built elaborate underground cities where they researched powers to rival the gods themselves. And then, at a time we're still not sure when, they disappeared. The whole people, all at once, leaving behind only their works. To protect my research, for one. There are more cutthroat scholars out there who would steal my findings if they got the chance. And the excavations into Requiem Zell are dangerous. Dwemer machines and traps still functional, even after thousands of years. I was beginning to lose faith that any help would come. You see, I've been thinking about Feline quite a bit. You know Feline? Well, suffice to say she is resplendent, but not without resolve. Striking in all senses. The trouble is that I can't seem to speak around her. My mouth goes dry, and I start to shake. I could never hope to approach her. That's the trouble. I know Feline from the keep, but I have no idea what sorts of things she likes. It's not a simple matter. I could offend her fairly easily by bringing up the wrong subject. I've seen it happen before. There is one, Ingvar. He's quite popular with the ladies. Thankfully, Feline is not quite his type, but they've been friends for some time, and he may have some ideas. Please, ask him what she likes. It's my only chance.
I'm Calcelmo's nephew. I help him around the laboratory. Don't let my uncle go on about his theories. He'll be here all night.
Next season for sure.
Next season for sure. What? Uncle Calcelmo, I don't understand what you mean.
The excavation I have, right after I finish my book.
I'm afraid to touch half the things we keep in the tower. Could I maybe skip the excavation, Uncle Calcelmo? I just think you won't need me.
Nonsense. You're a vital part of my research team. You'll be there, have no fear. Now, I don't want to hear another word of protest.
dwarven city underneath the keep. The Schuenzell. Best steer clear if you don't want a steam centurion carving you up.
If it's about the Hall of the Dead, no, you can't go in there. I can't talk about it. Rest assured, the Jarl hears everyone's concerns. You will be able to visit the dead again soon. All right. I was going to suggest the Jarl hire someone to sort this mess out anyway. We've discovered that some of the dead have been eaten. Flesh has been chewed off. Bones were snapped to get at the marrow inside. We haven't caught anyone or anything yet. It's like it knows when I'm there. If you can get to the bottom of this, the priesthood of Arcade will reward you. Take my key, and be careful. New to Skyrim? I was confused at first, too. The Nords call their mausoleums the Hall of the Dead. It's where people in the city are buried. Fathers, forefathers, mothers, foremothers. Arcade, one of the 8 divines, god of the cycle of birth and death. It is his shrine people pray to when they visit the hall, that his divinity will watch over their ancestors on the way to the next life. Tread lightly in the hall. You don't know what's in there.
Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling of steel and blood, but not fear. I feel the hunger inside
You're
of you,
trespassing
gnawing at
through
you. You see the
This
dead,
is an
and your
animal
mouth
form.
grows wet. Your stomach growls. It's all right. I will not shun you for what you are. Stay. I will tell you everything you have forgotten.
Is someone there?
You were young when you first tasted human flesh, weren't you? A brother or sister had died? An accident, of course. Then the hunger set in. Curiosity. What's the harm in just one bite? It's okay now. You found a friend who understands you. You can let go of your guilt. A lot of our kind block out the memory of their first meal. The shame is too much. But you don't need to hide anymore. Namira, the Lady of Decay, accepts you for what you are. She has a place for us where we can sate our appetites without judgment. It's inside Reachcliff Cave. But the dead have stirred from their slumber recently, and I was forced here. Meet me there. We'll fight our way to Namira's embrace together. Until then, tell the people of Markarth that their dead won't be disturbed anymore. We have bigger plans ahead.
returned. What happened in the Hall of the Dead? Divines preserve you. You're a hero. We'll reopen the hall right away. Here, take my amulet as a reward. Arcade protect you. Good day, friend. Keeping well?
No, no, girl. It's the pickled spider tongue and then the decayed taproot. Do it the other way and your cure turns into a poison.
There's just so much to memorize. How am I supposed to remember what goes where for every single herb?
You will. Until then, you'll taste every potion you make before you sell it. The Hag's Cure is here for all your discreet needs.
He said he loved me.
Comes with living to a ripe old age. People start thinking there's something magical about you. Then, the insults. Still, a little knowledge of plants and potions can get you by. Not that anyone likes to admit buying things from you. See? I even have a little potion for the steward. Mind handing it over to him? Just say it should solve that problem he has. Thank you. We'd be better off without the Silverbloods. They send their brute, Ingvar, to shake some coins from you every few days. And Betrid Silverblood is always asking for more potions to fuel Thonar's ambitions. Gives him a temper fiercer than any bear. Only that they break an old woman's heart. So many friends, so many kin, all lost trying to rebuild a past that was over long ago. Now, you let me know if you need a cure, or anything else.
I'm Bothella's assistant. She's the one you should talk to if you need an herb or a potion.
riddle the metal.
I'm sorry. I just... well, the forge gets so hot.
Thought what? Skip a step? Not heat the metal all the way through? Jesus. Now do it again.
I'm Gor's assistant. I help him with the forge. Gorza is the one you should ask. Isn't that my job?
Your job is to do what I say. And I say you have many nails and fittings to make before you leave. Now get to work. Need a new blade? Tacitus? Boy's an Imperial. I keep showing him how to treat the iron, but he never gets it. And the Legion? The Imperial smiths used to read books when they couldn't set their hammers straight. Wisdom of the old, I guess. If you find a book called The Last Scabbard of Akkish, would you bring it to me? Tacitus sure isn't learning by example. Thanks. Books. Don't know why the Imperials like these so much. This should help the boy, though. Malekith willing. Here, let me show you how an orc learns to smith. Grew up in a stronghold. Every orc girl tended the forge at some point. Girl has to grow up, and life in the stronghold asks for a lot in return. So I joined the Legion, mastered my trade there. That's right. An orc stronghold. Kept to ourselves, lived as our ancestors would have wanted. Wasn't enough for me, though. I left. Didn't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain. The finest weapons and armor. Until next time.
Isn't that my job?
Your job.
Outsiders aren't trusted in Markarth. Just keep that in mind.
Sidna mines for prisoner scum only. Keep out. Or not. The Silverbloods pay our wage. Every man here is a trained mercenary. This is a jail, owned by the Silverblood family. We use the prisoners to mine for ore. It's the most secure prison in Skyrim. Throw scum in, close the gates, no one gets out. So unless you're here to dig, you don't belong here.
Mm-hmm.
You're not one of my workers. What are you doing here? You hard of hearing. I run this smelter, and I'm late meeting our silver quota. What do you want? What? No. Thonar Silverblood owns it. He owns everything in Markarth. But he hands all the paperwork over to Nepos, the nose, to finish. That old man's back is heavy with burden. Every other day, seems one of the laborers runs off to the hills saying he'll join the Forsworn. You don't like the Nords? Fine. But pledging your whole life to killing them, that's just dumb.
They don't like us talking to people when we work. Mullish, big orc fella. Can't miss him. Don't get involved in that nonsense. You just want to work.
Can't talk. Mullish will beat me if I stop working. He's a damn tyrant, always being goaded by the Silverbloods to get more work out of us. They pay us next to nothing. We get beaten if we make a mistake. And where are our kind Nord rulers? What are they doing? You're gonna try to talk sense into that orc? I'll believe it when I see it. Me and Hathrasil mostly. Mullish barks at us all day, and I wouldn't call that honest work. A few people in the Warrens used to work here. Degane broke some bones a while back. Altris quit. Kareen is too sick. We've lost a lot of good people to that damn crusade. Drive out the Nords, they say. Well, the Nord ain't driven out. Good day.
I oversee Markarth's smelter. Worker gets out of line, I get him back in line. What? Are you telling me how to treat my workers? Do you have any idea how much metal the Silverblood family wants us to smelt? All right. You sound like a damn Legion officer, but I get it. I'll give him a break. This better not hurt our quota.
I spill just a bit of metal and Mullish takes it out of my hide. I don't believe it. Someone's sticking up for us? Here, it's a week's wages for me, but you've earned every coin. All right then.
don't know what that man expects. House is empty. What? Why? Are you interested? Ah, a secret admirer, eh? Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. As for what she might like, I didn't tell you this. Feline likes to act tough, but she really has a soft spot for, of all things, poetry. You know, I took some classes at the Bard's College as a youth. Poems come in handy when wooing. There's a poem I once used on an older lady of Rorikstead. I can change it to be about Feline, if you've got some gold. Are you prepared to receive my golden words? Wonderful. I'll write it out so you won't forget it. You should probably just let Feline read it herself. Don't want you stumbling over the words and ruining my flow.
Doesn't matter if they're in the city. We fight them where they live, we won't have to fight them here.
They live here too, Markarth. That's what I'm telling you. I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward. I have letters to read. Loyal! Thongor supports Ulfric and his Stormcloaks. He should imprison the entire family as a precaution.
I second that, Igmund. Who knows what that family will do for power? They could be working with the Forsworn for all we know.
Enough. We can't imprison the very people that own the jail we'll be throwing them into. The Silverblood family are to be left alone. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes, Markarth. I advise Igmund the same way I advised his father. Caution, caution, caution. Oh, yes. Thank you. Here you go. Some gold for your assistance and your discretion.
Rayrek, how is the Reach faring against this Forsworn menace?
Things are bad, Igmund. Our forces are barely able to keep the Forsworn in check. Merchants are reporting the loss of more of their shipments.
This is why I say we take the fight to them. Gather the Legion and drive those blasted beasts out of the Reach for good.
And what do Legion soldiers know about the hills of the Reach? And the caves that make up those hills? The Forsworn can hide and ambush every assault.
The safety of the city and our settlements must be our only concern, Igmund. The rest of the Reach is on its own.
Cowards, both of you. My father would not sit idly back and wait while evil men take over his lands. We're done discussing this for now.
I just wanted to know if you needed anything.
No, nothing at all.
Are you sure?
Stop bothering me, I can't. I have things to study. What is it? What? Oh, goodbye.
As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern. Pardon me? I'm not sure what this is all about. This is lovely. Calsalmo wrote this? About me? I never knew he had such feeling in him. Clearly, I've never even thought of him in that manner. I wish that I was as skilled with words as he. Here, take in this letter. I may not be as eloquent as he is, but I hope he understands.
The artifacts I've discovered in the Schuenzell will make history one day. This is more than I could have hoped for. Have you really done this for me? I have to see her. Please, excuse me. Yes, I have a lot of research to do.
It's all right. You don't need to say anymore. I had no idea you were so nuanced.
I love you.
So I hear. Come here, you.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine... You give an old man hope. Take a look. Until next time.
Citizen.
Out of my way, kinsman. Why are you bothering me, kinsman? I don't. Go bother Klepper at the Silverblood Inn. He handles the newcomers. And by Ysmir, if you find work, just do what you're told. There's enough trouble in Markarth already. I should get back to work. Money doesn't count itself. Bother someone else.
Excuse me. What's your business here? We haven't been expecting you, and the old man needs his rest. Come back some other time.
want that ending?
He's closing this stall. That's fine. Throw it at her faces.
You want to give up now? Out of fear? Is that what we're going to teach our daughter?
So fast the guards will yank those filthy arms of yours off.
We're not fighting. We're just... Why do you deserve such hate? I'll get you some people good food at good prices. And all they do is insult you.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? The Treasury House is really just for patrons of the Silverblood family. You don't belong here. It's an old family, very well respected throughout the Reach. The Silverbloods run nearly all the lands in this hold, as well as the local inn. And of course they own Sidna Mine, the finest prison and source of silver in Skyrim. You want Thonar Silverblood. He handles all the family business. If you're here to talk politics, though, you'd want his brother, Thongvor. He spends most of his time in Understone Keep. For one, the landowners of the Reach. It goes without saying that they rely heavily on us for our silver and support. All the miners, farmers, and laborers in the Reach get their daily wages through us. Nepos the Nose handles that part of our business. He has a way with the workers. I have records I need to tend to.
I work for the Silverbloods. Help clean.
You just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right, dear?
I'm married to Thonar Silverblood. Keep that in mind while you're speaking to me. My dear vagrant, we're the only family worth knowing in Markarth. We own everything in this city, even the jail. And guess who owns the Silverblood Inn? Not that we named it that. The people just insisted. He's the real head of this family. He may not be the eldest, but all the work that keeps us respected is handled by my Thonar. Yes, I was bored talking to you anyway.
I've worked in the Treasury House for almost 20 years.
Silver, like my father, and his father before him.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
What's wrong? You have to look at the blend closely to see the quality of the meat. How else will you know it's fresh?
I don't need to know if it's fresh from this distance.
Look at you. Beg it on the streets. Learn a trade.
Picking on me again, you backbiting Nord. Tired of those prissy nobles turning down your rotten slabs of venison.
How dare you? No one turns down cut meat from Hogney Red Arm.
Hogney Red Arm. More like Hogney Fat Arm.
Don't try to haggle with me. Buy or leave.
Care to try out a new ring? Or perhaps my daughter could make you a necklace?
Do I look like a guide?
No, but that sounds
Only thing I
lovely.
do is sell meat. Are you going to buy or not? Ah, now that is a good question. Where does Hogney get the finest, freshest meat from all over the Reach? The answer is simple. Orcs. There is a stronghold nearby whose hunters can butcher a deer in seconds. Now, having an orc for a wife would be something, yes. Strong and bulky. Too bad they don't let people go beyond the walls. Let me show you where they are. Maybe they welcome you. Maybe they put an arrow in your face. Who knows? Take a look. Come back when you need more meat. Bring gold.
Are you looking for a gift for a friend, perhaps? Or a lover? My family came here centuries ago. We made a good living smithing the silver that flows through the city. But you probably wanted to know about the fancy carvings and stonework, didn't you? Travelers always do. Here, I have a delivery I need to make to Calcimo. Why don't you take it to him? He knows the history of Markarth better than anyone. Thank you. He can be a bit difficult, but I'm sure he'll appreciate your help. Beautiful things for beautiful people. Come back if you need a new ring or necklace.
Need something?
I have things to study. What is it? Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting to pick that up. Poor Kira. Such a patient woman. Now, you're supposed to get something for your trouble, aren't you? How about some gold? People seem to like that, I notice. What? Oh, goodbye.
Did you hear all that noise outside?
It's just the market rabble. We should get back to work. You there, if you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
What's the point of paying for stuff when you can just kill for it?
No, I'm not Arnleaf. Yes, I know it's called Arnleaf and Sons. I inherited the store from my husband. His father was Arnleif. My husband, Gunnar, died about 5 years ago. Forsworn attack. I miss that stubborn oaf. No, as if trade wasn't poor enough. Now there's violence in the streets. It was the Forsworn, wasn't it? I lose dozens of shipments every season to those barbarians. Now they're in the city? Gods help us. Oh, by the divines, is it that obvious? I swear, if my Gunnar was alive to see me now, this store would finally be on its feet if I hadn't lost my last shipment to the Forsworn attacks. A specially made Dibella statuette. You aren't for hire, are you? A sellsword? I'll pay you if you can recover that statuette from the Forsworn. Thank you. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for you when you return. Come back whenever you need something. Arnleif and Sons Trading Company buys and sells anything you wandering types need.
A patron. Speak to a Mednane or the Master. I am but a humble servant. I am Master Lisbeth's personal assistant, so she has said. A Mednane is the Master's apprentice. His duties are to learn the trade and manage the store in the Master's absence. Gosnak, whose current whereabouts are unknown, serves as the porter. He handles the shipment and retrieval of merchandise. I assist the Master in the preparation of dinner. My duties are extensive. The Master has a very specific palate. It requires careful planning to sate it. The Master is also fond of inviting guests, but only those with good taste. Yet it has been some time since the last banquet. I currently serve her alone. It is not her desire that I do so. I insist on calling her my master. I am fond of the word.
Lisbeth handles the customers. I just check the shipments.
Yes.
Greetings, brother. You look weary. I have something to help you relax, if you're interested. Need something? The finest skooma, at a fair price. Until next time.
Need something?
I can show you a few things, but anyone asks, and my name never comes up. Understand? Right. The Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want? It's where you go when you can't afford a room anywhere else. About the time they opened the mines, someone got the idea to throw beds in here. Laborers, the sick, the lame, we're all here. That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the Divines you can choose to live somewhere else. Uh-huh.
I'm right behind you. What do you want me to carry? Lead on.
You don't want to be here. No one wants to.
Ask your questions, unless you fear the answers. An astute observation. Most are too quick to trust their eyes, even as their blood curdles inside. Others don't trust their eyes enough. It's how I hide in plain sight. Outside the very walls they seek to trap me in. You're quick to anger, but smell of confidence, not fear. Interesting. Alright, I'll tell you who I am, if you're willing to return the favor. A dagger is just a tool. It can mean many things, depending on who wields it. What you say is true. You're an adventurer. But I can tell that it means more coming out of your mouth than mine. Agreed. I will tell you what I am, and you can respond as you see fit. To put it bluntly, I am a killer. Just as mothers nurse their young, or a thief is compelled to steal, I crave the kill. Theirs is not my way. I don't like to have my victims chosen for me, nor do I prescribe to the tenets of Sithis. What I do is for my own pleasure, and to do it any other way would spoil the kill. And yet, the music your bones play is no different than mine. None. Mortals are like instruments, and they all make their own sound. Whether it's the creak of an old man, or the squeal of a young child, their throes of panic are sweet, their cries to the gods divine. An innocent child is like a glass of unspoiled milk. Only in the void can they be preserved. To each his own. Yes, I've heard tales that the Order is extinct. Still, if lives are left to flourish, then death will flourish, and the shadow scales will return. I don't need your charity. Neither do the people. It only serves to delay their suffering. Yes, take the sick one, Kareen. She lies all day in her own filth, gripping her stomach in pain. Of course, there is a way out. The girl lacks the courage to do it on her own. You can help her. Her body yearns for your still, to feel its fiery kiss. There's only one solution that's permanent. Death. There's always safety in the shadows for those who embrace it. No, stranger. A mortal does not retreat to the shadows. He's drawn to them. But you, I'm not so sure. Your heart beats with neither pity nor malice. Your bones speak in an unfamiliar tongue. Typically, the Warrens only beckon those who seek death. Can you hear it? Such sweet music. The sound of darkness, the echoes in the void, the rhythm of bones. They all play as one. True. There are many who pursue me, some of whom don't even know the face of their quarry. But as of this moment, it's sellswords who chase me. I was near a small hamlet south of Farrun when the skin of a man molted in bruises and calluses called for my blade. The sound directed my eyes to the local blacksmith, a red guard, very stout, but his bones sang with fear. I turned to leave when I stumbled into a street urchin. He was a pickpocket, but a clumsy one. He missed my purse strings and cut the leather. And that was the problem. Because the purse wasn't filled with septums, but the hand of a Bosmer. The few villagers who didn't see the hand were quick to smell it. The others just followed the screams. The town guard and local sellswords surrounded me. Even the farmers drew their daggers. By submitting, I planted the idea I was worth more alive than dead. And the smaller the company, the bigger the share. It didn't take an oracle to see what would happen next. The sellswords were quick to turn on the guards, and even quicker to turn on themselves. The ones that remained were easy prey. I keep the body parts that play the sweetest music, although some require fine-tuning. You might see me at the tanning rack, but it isn't leather I'm crafting. Listen closely, and you'll hear the sound.
I'm right behind you. What do you want me to carry? You lead. I'll follow.
You don't want to be here. No one wants to.
Customers are not interested in medallions engraved with the symbols of other provinces.
Used to be everyone in Markarth wore a necklace showing his home province. From Elsewhere to High Rock to Hammerfell and Cyrodiil.
We don't have travelers from Elsewhere or Hammerfell anymore, indeed. Only the natives and the Nords stay in Markarth now.
As they always have, along with those crazed Forsworn. They've driven off the color that used to make the city great.
I need to get back to the customers. We'll talk more of this when I come home tonight.
Kira, do you have anything exotic? Something no other woman in Markarth would be wearing?
I do have one set of bracelets in a style that is popular with the nobility in Sentinel.
Sentinel? That's in Hammerfell, correct? And you say these bracelets are only worn by the nobility?
They are popular with the nobility there, yes. This particular bracelet is a copy of one worn by a crowned princess.
Maybe in a few seasons I could afford such a treasure.